So, R8 update. What's it? Been about 3 weeks, I think, since the last update. Basically, had a change of plan with the car. At first, we're running on the factory ECU. Had a customer booking his car for turbos, which would utilise Cyvex. I felt like I was missing out. So we now have Cyvex. So, in the box here, I'll pull it all out of the box. Get rid of this big old box. Bloom, map sensors. So why Cyvex over the factory ECU? If you're thinking of doing this, why would you spend the extra to go with Cyvex or Motec rather than factory ECU? A couple reasons. You can get more power out of the car with the Cyvex because you've got more control over features of the car. Obviously the stock ECU isn't designed to run boost, whereas Cyvex is. Way more safety aspects as well. You can add loads of cool features like rolling anti-lag, boost by gear, everything like that. So a few different reasons as to why I went with it. Comes with all the jumper boxes there. So you've got 2 of those, 1 for each bank. Where's the actual main ECU? The main ECU in here. So this is the S12 kit. So it's a plug and play kit. And you see you've got the loom there and map sensors. So that's the main ECU there. You see there you've got S12 on it. So we're now going to get the car in the workshop. The car currently has obviously got the stock ECUs in there with the alpha boost controller. That's all coming off of it. And putting all this in. So the full kit. It's around, I think it's around half a day, isn't it, to fit it all. So we're getting all that in now. Massive thank you to Lee at SRD. If you've got a Supra, you've got a GTO, you want to go fast, go and speak to those guys. Lee supplied us with all the units, and then Lee and Romain from Racecar will be tuning it for us. So that's pretty exciting. Obviously, we got the build done, I reckon 3-4 weeks ago. So it's been quite a while waiting, because obviously all the Cyvex are all made to order. So we've got my kit here, then we've got a customer's kit, which is going to be in next week as well. So the plan is to get all this on today. Obviously it's the first one we've done, which is of course why we want to sit on my car as well, rather than on this customer's car. So I'm going to get all this in, all the wiring loom in, got the map sensors there as well. Going to get all that in, and then we'll film some of the install as well, and then we'll catch up in a bit. And then should be on the dyno this week as well, so progress is good. So filmed some of the, I don't actually think I filmed the install, I slacked, I forgot to film the install of Cyvex. Card then went over to SRD, so Romain from Racecar and Mike and Lee at SRD have been calibrating the car. We're just about to head over now to see the car. Look through some logs and go from there. It's making, should we tell them?
I thought we should, yeah.
No, we'll wait till we get there. We're going to get in the RS6, head over to SRD and film a little vlog. Right, I've got to move that car. Yeah, I'll move that car, then we'll go. Managed to dig the car out, which is always good. Be at SRD in a couple of minutes. If I talk quickly about stock ECU, Cyvex, everything like. Obviously, like the stock ECU is good. Like it's powerful, and with a boost controller, like you can make a ton of power with it if it's tuned properly. So like. If you want like 900 horsepower, like our stock ECU package is literally the one you want. Runs on stock ECU, car drives like stock, good value for money, perfect, go for it. I wanted to push further than that. I wanted the ability to have map switching on the steering wheel. I wanted to be able to run ethanol. So the Cyvex for me made sense. I've got a customer booked in for Cyvex on his car. I get really bad FOMO, like if he had Cyvex, I didn't have Cyvex, I'd literally be like, I want Cyvex, and then I'd end up losing a load of money. So it made sense to do it now. Is that a cat?
That's a cat, yeah.
That's someone's cat, it's a big cat. Do a little pull, let's do a little pull. No, I can't film that, we're not in Mexico, bro. You don't point at me, otherwise we'll still get done. Right, enough of that. This is actually the UK and Europe's fastest stock turbo RS68 on pump fuel. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, back to the ECU debate. There's no right or wrong answer, really. They both have their pros and cons. Anyway, Cyvex is on. So I've known Lee and the team at SRD a few years now. My dad's actually known like Lee for like 15 years, like spot on. Build like some of the fastest Supras in the country, if not Europe. But they know what they're doing there. So car's been with him now. So Mike's been doing a lot of the calibration work with Romain from Racecal. Pretty much all the UK twin turbo Auras and Hurricanes are tuned by Romain at Racecal. So we've had him on hand and Mike to do this calibration on the car. As I said, you've got all the map switching on the steering wheel, which is something I really wanted. It's like not every day you're going to want to have 1,000 horsepower. It's just, especially in the UK, like today, like the weather's perfect, but like tomorrow it could be absolutely lashing it down with rain, and you just don't want 1,000 horsepower. It's just not practical. We also added into the kit 2 map sensors, so we've got complete control of the boost system and intake air temperature sensor as well. So now in the timing table on the Cyvex, so this isn't how it is, but for example, if when the car gets above 50 degrees intake air temperature, we can pull out like 2 degrees timing. If it gets like 70 degrees, we can pull out like 2.5 degrees, for example. Just so like if you're beating on the car and the car's super hot, you don't want to be feeding the car a load of ignition timing, because that's when stuff starts to break. So we've got that safety aspect there as well. The whole thing to me just made sense. So the Alpha 10, I'm pinging away. We've got this single in-tank fuel pump upgrade, which I think that's in vlog number 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think vlog number 2 you can see that being fitted. But with the Cyvex, we can now support flex fuel as well. So in the future, I can upgrade the fuel system of AMS further with the twin pump upgrade, the swirl tank and everything like that. And then like we can push for like big power. Like that kit, those turbos will do 1,600 horsepower on that car. It's all down to the fueling and the gearbox. So like from now, if I want more power, it's intake manifold and do like the full gear set and the fuel kit. And like that car will make a ton more power. Like, I will tell them now. Anyway, it's making just over 1,000 horsepower at a little under 10 PSI. Which is like just over half a bar boost, about 0.6 bar boost, 0.5, 0.6 bar. So it's a ton of power with literally hardly any boost. So like those GTX 35s are working so efficiently on that car. Obviously it's a hot day as well, and I don't believe their dyno cells air conditioned either. So obviously that's going to be fighting intake air temps as well. So yeah, that's enough of me rambling for now. We'll come back on when we get there. But yeah, here we are. This is SRD tuning. To be fair, it should be.
There she is.
Right, let's park this big bar up and go and talk to him. So what did you just say off camera?
So yeah, the rolling anti-lag works. Essentially, you've got a little switch here built off of cruise control.
Oh, what, the button on the end, is it?
You push it forward to kind of engage it.
Yeah.
And then you release it to
disengage it.
disengage. But yeah, it feels quite aggressive on the dyno. So I don't know how your stop button's gonna like it.
If you're a customer watching this, don't do rolling anti-lag the whole time, because you will break your shit.
Yeah.
And we're not fixing it the whole time. So when we're driving over here, we're talking about like the pros and cons of stock ECU versus Cyvex.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we're OEM ECU tuners, like we don't deal with Cyvex, which is why we've brought it to Mike and Lee at SRD to do it. So before everyone in the comments is like, why don't you tune yourselves? We don't tune Cyvex. Mike's tuning Cyvex.
Yeah.
Stock ECU versus Cyvex, go.
Not to say that stock ECU is bad or anything, they are quite flexible, but sometimes there are limits to what you can do. And I know that people make workarounds with the stock ECU, but ultimately we've got direct control of everything, which is sometimes a challenge because there's a million things going on in this car and every little bit of it needs programming.
It's like the other day when we were out on it, sense an overboost. It literally just cuts the car straight away. If you've got a stock ECU,
yeah,
you'll get a fault code, you might get an EML.
Yeah.
But obviously, like at this sort of power level, like we were saying earlier, like if you just want like 850, 900 fly, the stock ECU boost controller is good enough.
Yeah.
But you haven't got like the safety aspect like we had in it the other day.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's at least 12 or 13 safety strategies that we can implement to do with boost, fueling, EGTs, you name it, you can probably have it. So it's just nice to set that up in the background so you can kind of get on with tuning or get on with driving, and then if there is an issue, the ECU will pick up on it probably 1,000 times quicker than you'll ever realise. So, you know, it will pay for itself in that respect.
So we're going to film it here on mid-boost. Obviously most of the tuning's already done, but this is just going to be a mid-boost pull, just for the vlog basically. It'll be, mid-boost is around 920 horsepower. Crazy shit! Was that good?
So hopefully I got most of that, as me and Ben were too busy giggling like little schoolgirls. But yeah, that's rolling anti-lag, hence all the flames and everything like that.
It's a very efficient turbo.
We talked about the Cyvex install. That's the intake air temperature sensor we were on about earlier as well. Go on Mike, talk us through it. So we've got the jumpers, him and him. And where's the actual S12 mounted, the main ECU?
S12 is temporarily here before we put it on a bracket.
Then obviously you've got two other CAN bus boxes as well, haven't you?
Yeah, correct. There's two other additional boxes for direct injection and some other goodies.
The jumpers, they plug into the factory plugs there, and then you can see all the Cyvex plugs there. So that essentially, the original CAN signal goes through that box there, and then it converts it through and plugs into the Cyvex loom that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It just kind of extends over and communicates with the S12.
Which then you can see, obviously, the wiring. Super neat down there. Then you've got the boost solenoid there, the max solenoid. It actually looks cooler with this rear panel off,
Yeah.
because you can see the blow off valves there.
Two turbos. No.
And the big turbos.
Yeah.
We were saying earlier, it's one of those, you know, like that haircut, where it's like business at the front, party at the back. It's literally like that now, isn't it?
Yeah. At the front, it's just another R8.
Yeah, you got like a classy, sophisticated looking like supercar at the back, at the front, sorry.
Yeah.
Then like you get to the back and you're like, yeah, fuck that. Like, I'm not messing with that.